What's up, Bayside Kids? So glad you're here with me to finish our series called Wise Guy. We have learned a lot about Solomon's life. He was King David's son, and he was chosen by God to lead the Israelites. When he became king, God said he could ask for anything, and he would give it to him. So Solomon asked for wisdom. He wanted to lead God's people the right way, and he knew he needed God's wisdom to do so. So God not only gives him wisdom, but he gives him wealth too. And not just some riches, but he tells him he will have more than any king who was before him and more than any king after him. Basically, if you ask me, that sounds like God just told him he would be the richest king of all time. Woo! God loved his heart when he asked for wisdom and chose to bless him with wealth as well. Why? Because it all belongs to God anyways. Let's say today's bottom line, God owns it all on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. God owns it all. Also, we learned that Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. People would travel from all over the world just to hear what Solomon had to say. These poems and sayings were written down and are in the Bible for us to learn from. They're filled with smart advice on how to live your life and honor God. Because honoring God was so important to Solomon, he built a temple for God. Remember, the tabernacle was a tent that was put up and broken down as the Israelites traveled. This was a permanent place where people could come to worship the Lord. So Solomon accomplished many great things for God during his life. So let's get back to the richest king to ever live part. Are you ready to hear about all of Solomon's riches? I'm talking about gold, lots of gold, and a palace, and chariots, and the list just goes on. I'm getting this info from 1 Kings chapter 10, where you can read all about it in more detail. Hello, everyone. I am King Solomon. Okay, not really, but you get the point. Each year, I receive about 25 tons of gold. I have an amazing palace with tons of rooms. My throne is made from gold and ivory. It has 6 statues of lions on either side of it. There isn't a throne in the world that compares to it. Even the goblets in my palace are made of gold. I have a fleet of ships that are used for trade. They return every few years with gold, silvery, ivory, apes, and peacocks. I'm not sure why apes, but why not? Leaders from all over come to hear my wisdom and to bring me gifts. They bring silver, gold, clothing, weapons, spices, and horses. I have over 150,000 laborers to do any work I need done. I have 1,400 chariots, 12,000 horses, and 4,000 stalls for my horses. I have so much gold that silver is considered worthless. Bye for now. I am off to count my gold. In modern days, Solomon would have about $2 trillion. 1 trillion? 2 trillion? I'm such a wise guy. He had been truly blessed. Let's say today's bottom line. God owns it all on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. God owns it all. God had truly blessed Solomon with unimaginable wealth. Later on in his life, he let sin in and decided to worship other gods instead of the one true God. This would cost him a lot. Solomon definitely wasn't perfect, but he did use his wealth to do some great things for God. God will always give us everything we need and more if we live for him. The Bible tells us in Psalm 37, verse 4, "Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." God loves to bless us so we can bless others. Let's say today's bottom line one last time. God owns it all on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. God owns it all. There is no limit to the amount of blessing that he can give us. I'll see you soon.